y'all. It's your favorite attorney, Attorney Allie Booker. When I stand up, you already know what time it is. I'm teaching order in my classroom. Let's get it together now. Don't talk over me. I'm just joking. So, same concept as order in the court. You write me, okay? And I'm going to bring you to class. And I'm going to teach you, okay? I'm going to teach you the aspects of the law. And the way that I'm going to teach you the aspects of the law is to teach you the understanding behind why the law is the way it is so that you can learn how to maneuver. Attorneys cost money. And I'm not telling you that you don't need an attorney. You will need an attorney. But until you can get to one, you have to know how to move. You can't find an attorney at 10 o'clock at night. You can't find an attorney at 2 o'clock in the morning when you're arguing with your ex-spouse about the child. You have to know how to move without an attorney, and I'm going to teach you how to do that until you can get one. They wrote me and they said, is it in the Texas law that a husband can have another woman living in marital property? What are my rights and what can I do? My husband and I are in a divorce process. There's been a protective order that he placed on me in August the 21st of 2022. Girl, you violent. I'm going to keep reading though. I'm not to go near 500 feet of the home that we both own. The schools of our 2 children and the church. Girl, it ain't looking good. Y'all see my face? Because I'm teaching you, okay, as an attorney, the legal system, we looking like, this don't sound like you the problem. But we're going to keep on reading. I also was not allowed to be unsupervised around my children. So then you crazy too. Communication and visitations were non-existent. Court only does that when they believe that your ass is crazy. And that it's not in the child's best interest for you to be around. I've had very few orders where the visitation has been cut and a protective order has been issued. You've got to be close or pretty much near or dangling around psychopathic behavior. But I digress. Let me keep reading. Only when he thought I was being nice and agreeing with his point of views did he allow me around the children. Don't you allow people around the children that got protective orders? The court will decide that you crazy too. If you don't know how crazy they are and that they'll hurt the child, then baby, you don't need to have a child yourself. You better protect the children. Protect the children. During both times, he had talked on us reconciling for the sake of our children. So he's a narcissist as well. Because he want to get back with your crazy ass after he done put a protective order on you, bitch. You can't even come to the house. You can't go to the church. You can't be around the children, but he wanted to reconcile with your ass. So he's a narcissist as well. And y'all, I want you to pay attention to what's going on because I can't tell you who's a narcissist and who's not a narcissist. I'm just a lawyer. I've been a lawyer for 15 years, but I done run across a bunch of crazy folks in these family law cases, and both of these folks are crazy. Okay? When y'all say and give stories like this, I want you to understand that the attorney that is listening and the judge that is here knows your ass is crazy as well. You crazy as well. Because anybody that's gonna reconcile with somebody that done all of this, you got a little hint of crazy if you ain't all the way crazy yourself. Now, he may not be as crazy as she is, but he crazy too. Our reconciliation didn't work. Well, bitch, I'm not shocked. Okay? I am not shocked. He then told me I had to leave because the protective order is in place. At that point, I would have taken his ass back to court, ma'am, and let them know I've been up in that house. I hope you took pictures like Krishan Rock and the rest of these women are doing with these narcissistic men that tell you one thing behind closed doors and go do something else in public. I hope you got pictures of yourself in that house. I hope you got proof that you was there so you can go to court and ask them to lift that protective order because clearly he does not want to be protected. He just wants to control you. I went ahead and made my arrangements to leave as I had no money and no place to go. He's in control of the finances. Ma'am, I am not shocked. While I stayed at home with the children and I took care of the house, looks like he was putting you back in your place, but y'all both crazy. I feel for these children. CPS needs to be called. My children and he are living in our house, but now he's got some 20-something-year-old girl there. His lawyer said it's okay to have her there, and he supports her. He doesn't give me a single dollar, and I'm over here staying place to place. What do I do? The first thing I need you to do is go seek, you ready for this? The advice of a damn psychiatrist, because a psychiatrist I am not. And that is what seems like, that's what you need. You need a psychiatrist, man. You need a psychiatrist, and he needs one as well, and I think the children are at some point gonna need to speak to somebody, if it's just a therapist, because this is crazy. Whenever we hear stuff like this, it sounds like this. That was an abusive relationship between them both. She has absolutely no control, though. He has control of himself because he's able to put them in situations where she's doing wrong and he's not. Now, a lot of narcissistic people, cluster B personality individuals are set up kings and queens. When you come across a set up king and queen, you don't hang around that. You don't put yourself in position with a set up king or a set up queen when you have children. Because you'll be in this woman's situation where you'll lose your children. Why? Because he's able to hold his cool in front of people and you can't. Or he's able to set you off and then record it and make people think that you're the problem when it's really him. Now, he done went from being with you to being with some 20-year-old woman. So we know he likes to control women. The way that I was able to know that he's a problem and the way that you're going to bring out the fact that he's a problem, ma'am, and try to get your feet back on equal footing, get that protective order dropped, and start to get visitation of your children is to prove to the court that he's allowed you around those children and nothing happened. First, you're going to have to prove to the court that he'll let you around those children. That's going to piss any judge off. I'm sorry. Because the judges have told him, sir, this is ridiculous. This woman is such a threat to the children that we don't even want any visitation right now. He has disobeyed a valid court order. Not one, but two. One, because there's a protective order that says that he's not supposed to be around you. And he's not supposed to be letting you in the home. And you're not supposed to be around the kids. But then there's another visitation order that he's breaking because you're not supposed to have any visitation and he's giving it to you. Not only did he break the court's rules by giving you visitation and letting you see those children unsupervised, but he let you move in and have all access to those children. So now his way of thinking and his mind can be shown to be improper as well. And so he can be shown to be not thinking in the best interest of the children as well, which will put you back on equal ground with him and probably be enough to get rid of that protective order and to get you custody again. But what you're going to have to do, because right now you're living pillar to post, is separate yourself from this man. Women, if nothing else you heard from that Fannie Willis testimony, hear what she says when she tells you that you must have your own. You must have your own, even if you're married. And the reason that you must have your own, ma'am, is so that he cannot do what he just did to you. When you weren't doing what he said, he put you back out on the street and moved somebody else in to watch those children and to care for those children. Because that was really the only reason that he was messing with you. And women, when you deal with men that are cheaters, that have narcissistic tendencies, cluster B personalities, again, I am not a psychiatrist and I do not have a medical background. My doctorate is in the law. But I will say that I tend to see this with individuals who have been deemed to be narcissists by certified psychiatrists and doctors. And normally when I am on a case and this is the type of behavior that is going on, both parents have been diagnosed with mental illness, and 9 times out of 10, they are personality disorders. So you all have to pay attention to individuals out there with personality disorders. There are many people that walk around with personality disorders. Again, I am not a psychiatrist, but they tend to be set up kings and queens. People that will go to no length to set your ass up usually will more than likely have been deemed an individual with a personality disorder in my cases. Number 2, people that will allow you to go to extreme lengths by tearing up their houses, cars, and otherwise and letting you back in their lives. Those tend to be people with issues and personality disorders as well. Because an average individual with proper thinking is not going to get back with somebody who's done that much harm to them or the children. So again, I cannot diagnose these people because I don't have the medical background to do that, but I'm going to say this. They both have issues, and in court, when both parents are crazy, then damn it, you're equally crazy, and we're not going to put protective orders on one or the other parent. We're just going to tell both of y'all to go sit down, both of y'all to go see some therapists and psychiatrists, both of y'all to get some parenting coordination, both of y'all to go and abide by the order, and neither one of y'all to come back. That's pretty much what we do. So, ma'am, based on what you're telling me, I do see a gateway with you getting your foot back in the door. Although I was tough on you, I'm tough on you because you have to get it together. You need to stop living pillar to post. You need to get a job. You need to be able to provide for your children. That is what you need to be able to do. And you also need to stop being a victim of domestic violence and other types of improper behaviors from men or women that you are dating, because that's not good for your children. And as long as you are accepting people in your life that beat on you, that emotionally and mentally abuse you, you will never be the parent that has custody of the children. Because if you cannot protect yourself, you damn sure cannot protect those children. Next case.
Biggest time I made that call, I'm locked up and facing charges. Who gon' fight these cases for me? I called Booker Law Firm. They got the job done. They were right there for me.
For more information, contact the Booker Law Firm at 713-292-2225.